Take a look in your kitchen drawer right now, and odds are there is a roll of aluminum foil sitting in there that you barely think about. You use it to cover leftovers, wrap a baked potato, or line a pan so you do not have to scrub it later. And then, you ball it up and chuck it in the trash without a second thought. But here is something most people have no idea about. That cheap roll of foil is one of the most underrated tools in your entire home, and some of its best uses have absolutely nothing to do with food. We are talking about laundry day. That endless cycle of washing, drying, and ironing that eats up your time and quietly drains your wallet on dryer sheets, fabric softener, and fancy gadgets you do not actually need. The truth is, a little bit of aluminum foil can replace a surprising number of those products, save you real money, and even cut down the time you spend on chores. And the best part? Most of these tricks cost you next to nothing. So before you reach for that box of single-use dryer sheets again, grab a roll of foil and let's get into it. Number 1. Crumple it into a ball to banish static for good. Let's start with the most famous one because it genuinely works and it's almost embarrassingly simple. If your clothes come out of the dryer crackling, clinging to each other and zapping your fingers, you've got a static problem. And the usual fix is a box of dryer sheets that you buy over and over and over again. Here's the foil version. Tear off a sheet of aluminum foil about 1 foot long and crush it into a tight, compact ball roughly the size of a baseball. Toss 2 or 3 of these balls into the dryer with your wet clothes and run your cycle like normal. So why does this work? Static cling happens because all that tumbling and rubbing builds up an electrical charge on your fabrics. Aluminum is a conductor, which means it pulls that charge off your clothes and helps it dissipate as everything bounces around together. No more clinging socks, no more shocks, and no more sheets of waxy plastic going straight into the landfill after one use. The real magic here is the savings. A single foil ball does not get used up after one load. It will keep working for months before it starts to flatten out and needs replacing. Compare that to buying boxes of dryer sheets every few weeks, and you can see how fast this adds up. It's reusable, it's cheap, and it does the one job most people buy dryer sheets for in the first place. Number 2. Iron your clothes in half the time. If you dread ironing, this trick is going to feel like a cheat code. Most of us iron a shirt one side at a time, flip it over, and then go back and iron the other side. It is slow, it is tedious, and it is the reason that pile of wrinkled clothes never seems to shrink. Here's the fix. Lift up the cover or padding on your ironing board, lay a sheet of aluminum foil flat across the board underneath it, and put the cover back on top. Then, iron like you normally would. The reason this works comes down to heat. As you press your iron onto the fabric, the foil underneath reflects that heat right back up through the material. So instead of only heating the top side of your garment, you are effectively heating both sides at once. Wrinkles release faster, and you will find yourself making fewer passes to get the same crisp result. For anyone who irons regularly, think dress shirts, uniforms, or table linens. This can seriously cut down your time at the board, and it costs you a single sheet of foil that you can leave in place and reuse for weeks. Less time ironing, less electricity running that hot iron, and the same sharp finish you were after anyway. Number 3. Clean a scorched, gunky iron in seconds. Speaking of irons, when's the last time you cleaned the bottom of yours? If you've ever ironed over a sticker, melted a bit of synthetic fabric, or used too much spray starch, you know the result. The flat metal plate on the bottom, called the sole plate, gets coated in a brown, sticky residue. And once that gunk is on there, It can transfer right onto your clean clothes and leave nasty marks. You do not need a special cleaner for this. Lay a sheet of aluminum foil down on a heat-safe surface, like your ironing board, and sprinkle a generous layer of regular table salt over it. Heat your iron up to a high setting. Make sure the steam is turned completely off. You want dry heat only. Then run the hot iron back and forth over the salted foil a few times. The salt acts as a gentle abrasive, scrubbing away all that baked-on residue as you glide over it, while the foil holds everything in place. After a minute or two, your sole plate will look noticeably cleaner and smoother, and it will glide across your clothes like new again. One important heads up. This works best on traditional metal sole plates. If your iron has a non-stick or ceramic coating, skip the salt. It is abrasive enough to scratch those delicate surfaces. For those, stick to wiping with a damp cloth instead. Number 4. Protect buttons, zippers, and delicate prints while you iron. Here's a frustration a lot of people have run into. You go to iron a nice shirt, and the metal buttons get so hot they are almost dangerous to touch. Or you press over a plastic zipper and it warps. Or worst of all, you run a hot iron over a printed logo or design and it cracks, melts, or sticks to the plate. Aluminum foil can save those pieces. Before you iron, take a small strip of foil and lay it directly over the buttons, the zipper, or the printed design you want to protect. Then iron right over the top of it. The foil deflects the direct, concentrated heat away from those vulnerable spots, while still letting you press the fabric around them. Metal buttons will not turn into little burners, plastic hardware will not distort, and your favorite graphic tee keeps its design intact instead of peeling away. This is especially handy for clothes with embellishments. Think sequins, beading, or those rubbery raised prints that kids' clothes are covered in. Those details are usually the first thing to get ruined by an iron, and a tiny piece of foil is all it takes to keep them looking sharp for years instead of months. Number 5. Get a crisp, razor-sharp crease every time. If you wear dress pants, slacks, or uniform trousers, you know the difference a clean crease makes. A sharp line down the front of each leg instantly looks more polished and professional. The problem is that getting that crease to actually hold can be a battle, especially with thicker fabrics. This is where the heat-reflecting power of foil comes back into play. Fold a strip of aluminum foil and slip it inside the pant leg, lined up directly underneath where you want the crease to be. Then iron along that line as usual. Just like with the ironing board trick, the foil bounces the heat back up into the fabric from below. That means the crease gets heated from both sides at once, which helps set it more firmly and makes it last longer through the day. You get a cleaner, crisper line with less effort, and you don't have to keep going back over the same spot hoping it will finally hold. It's a small touch, but it's the kind of thing that makes everyday clothes look like they just came back from the dry cleaner, without the dry cleaner's bill. Number 6. Brighten up dull, yellowed whites. We've all got that one white shirt or set of sheets that used to be bright and crisp, but over time has faded into a dingy, grayish yellow. Before you toss it or spend money on harsh bleach, there's a gentler trick worth trying. Fill a large pot or your sink with hot water, then add a few tablespoons of baking soda. Drop in a ball or two of clean aluminum foil, and let your white items soak for an hour or so before washing them as normal. Now let's be straight with each other here, because I always want to give you the real story. The heavy lifting in this trick is done by the baking soda and the hot water. Baking soda is a mild, time-tested brightener that helps lift dullness and neutralize odors, and hot water boosts its effectiveness. The foil's role is based on the same kind of reaction that's long been used to clean tarnish off silver, where aluminum and baking soda in hot water create a gentle chemical exchange. So, is the foil a miracle whitener on its own? No, and don't let anyone tell you it is. But as part of a hot baking soda soak, it's a cheap, low-effort, no harsh chemicals way to give your tired whites a noticeable refresh. Manage your expectations, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. Number 7. Zap static, cling, and pet hair. Off clothes you're already wearing. Picture this. You're already dressed, you're heading out the door, and you catch your reflection. Your skirt is clinging to your legs, or your slacks are covered in your dog's hair, held there by static. You don't have time to throw it back in the dryer. So what do? Grab a ball of aluminum foil and run it over your clothes while you're wearing them. Just smooth it across the clingy areas a few times. This works on the exact same principle as the dryer trick. Static cling is caused by a built-up electrical charge, and because aluminum is conductive, dragging that foil ball over the fabric pulls the charge away and neutralizes it almost instantly. The skirt drops back down where it belongs, and as a bonus, releasing that static makes clinging pet hair and lint let go too, so it's easier to brush off. It's the same idea as running a metal hanger over your clothes, which is a trick some people swear by, but a soft foil ball is gentler on delicate fabrics and easier to keep handy. Stash one near your front door, and you've got a last-second outfit rescue that costs you nothing. Number 8. Cut your drying time and trim your energy bill. Let's close out with one that hits this channel's favorite topic: saving money. Your clothes dryer is one of the most energy-hungry appliances in your entire home, and every extra minute it runs is money quietly leaving your pocket. So anything that gets your clothes dry faster is a win for your wallet. When you load the dryer, toss in 2 or 3 of those foil balls along with your wet clothes. Here is what they do. As everything tumbles, the foil balls help keep your garments separated instead of clumping into one big soggy ball. More separation means more warm air can circulate through the load, and better airflow means your clothes dry more evenly and more efficiently. Want to push it even further? Throw a clean, dry bath towel in with a load of wet clothes for the first 10 minutes or so. The dry towel soaks up a good chunk of the excess moisture, which can meaningfully shorten the whole cycle. I will be honest with you. Foil balls are not going to cut your drying time in half by themselves, and anyone promising that is overselling it. But combined with a dry towel and a load that is not crammed too full, you can shave real minutes off each cycle. Do that load after load, week after week, and those little savings on your energy bill add up to something you will actually notice. So there you have it. 8 ways to put that cheap roll of aluminum foil to work on laundry day. From killing static and skipping pricey dryer sheets, to ironing in half the time and rescuing your favorite clothes from a too-hot iron, it's amazing how much one drawer staple can do. The next time you reach for the foil, remember it's good for a whole lot more than wrapping up leftovers.